What's up, everyone? We are live again. We took a week off last week, but we're back now. Live stream Wednesdays at 8. So normally what I say is if people are listening back to this now, they probably want to skip ahead 2 or 5 minutes. And then usually this first part is just getting everyone in and saying hello. Steve Couch, thank you for joining. There's Geode. You invite those guys in. Steve, are you in a local band at all? Lehigh Valley band? Caitlin Beery, thank you for joining. Oh, I just cut the top of my head off. Nobody wants that. What's up, guys?
What up, QC?
Can you hear me? No, I can't.
Yeah, I hear you.
Looks like something might be in front of the camera. Idle Existence, thanks for joining.
Here?
Yeah, maybe we try again, just jump back in. Idle Existence, what do you guys have coming up? Do you have anything booked? Oh, Steve, okay, you're a dad of a great guitar player. Cool. Well, thanks for jumping in. George Guitar Music, thank you for joining. Sorry if I butcher all your names. I need glasses. Get Geode back in here in a second. I will run down the list here. Last week we took a break, and we have some cool guests coming up, including Geode tonight. See if we can get them back in here. I'm just going to run down the start of the show too. And a huge metal supporter, Steve, we thank you for that. Tori Fraunheiser, thank you for joining. Just getting Geode in here. I'm going to run down the little spiel up front here and get everyone started. All right. So, MZim15, thank you for joining. So hello and welcome to the Bellwether Ritual live stream, where we discuss music, the local Lehigh Valley PA scene, bands, social media, and more. Today is Wednesday. What is today? May 24th. Holy cow, we missed a week. What else? My name is Mike, and I'm the vocalist and guitarist of Bellwether Ritual. Hope you had a good week. Let's see. We have a couple of shows coming up that are booked out for the rest of the week, so make sure to check back Wednesdays at 8. George Parr Music. Thank you. Sorry, I butchered your name before. How you doing? Fellas, what's up? Got you. All right, that brings me up to our guests for tonight. We have Jordan, Rusty, and Tim of Geode. They are a three-piece instrumental band based out of Northampton, PA. They combine solid guitar riffs with ethereal sounds to make music that aims to take people on a journey, which is definitely something I want to talk about. Their single Squaring the Circle is out now, and you can listen to it on their Spotify, link in their bios, but you can also listen to it on the Bellwether Livestream guests playlist too. We just added them in there, so go ahead and check that out on Spotify. You can check that out, link in our bio as well. Guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Hanging in there, man. Midweek, just trying to make it through. Back in the live streams. Is there anything you want to plug right off the top? I know you got 2 shows coming up.
Yeah, nothing crazy. You can check out our inbox here, but our Facebook. We recently got TikTok. Check us out on TikTok.
What made you take the jump on TikTok?
We had an outside source kind of push us. Mainly put like live stuff on there.
Cool. That's kind of been my line. Yeah, it's kind of been my line in the sand recently. Cool. All right. So let's see. There's a lot to talk to you guys about. How about we start from? Are you guys all from the area? I know Jordan's out of Northampton as well.
Yeah, Lehigh Valley. Yeah, Lehigh Valley. Yeah.
Have you been in like the scene and just bands coming up?
I mainly, I'm more from Carbon County. He's in Hampton. That's where we usually play. Yes. But I played a lot of places, more so Carbon County.
That's actually one of my questions I was going to ask where you guys rehearse. All right, cool. So was there like a person or a thing or something that got you kind of like started in music or got you really interested in it?
What, like general? Yeah. General? What got me interested
was there something? Yeah.
Just skateboarding, man. Watching skate videos. Like, I found so many good bands, like watching them old ones like Zeus, Baker, all that old good stuff. So I was looking at the skate scene. You know, there's all kinds of great music.
Cool. Do you know Lost Soul skateboards in the area?
Guys?
Yeah. And Wipes? Yeah, cool.
I remember at one of the home base premieres I seen Ray. I forget the band he was in, but it was one where he had like the mic taped to the skateboard. It was sick.
I didn't see that one. It might have been Tile, maybe. I think that's what you said it was before. Yeah, we had him on maybe a couple months ago. He was awesome.
Yeah.
What's your best trick?
I don't know. The only thing I remember like I know it was on film, but like shove tail grab like the death gap and like the TJ. I would say that was the best. I usually just I never was hitting the big stuff. I just street skating and hitting like vert or not vert, but the transition skate, the trench, all that good stuff.
Cool. Amanda Beery, thank you for joining. You got questions for the guys? You can drop them in the comments. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Musical inspiration? I don't know. I wouldn't say anything in particular. I started when I was a teenager with my neighbor. He got a drum set. Give a shout out. We've been started together, been playing ever since. I was just always kind of drawn to bass. Everybody played guitar, so it was different. And I just naturally would hear, like when I listen to music, I would just hear that. Like I would hear the rhythms, like the bass lines. I just heard it for whatever reason. I don't know if I have low frequency, but I don't know. Just skating too, man. Like I grew up playing ska, like punk. That's what I play bass on, and then just absorb different types of music. Like as my musical library has expanded, I try to pick up different styles. And I think that's apparent in our music too, because we're just kind of a mishmash of rhythms. And yeah, I mean, it's just been fun all along the whole way, so I can't complain. But there's nothing, I wouldn't say there's nothing particular. It's just I feel playing music.
Yeah, I started on bass too, actually. Was there like a band that kind of drew you to that in particular? Or?
I guess, yeah. I was a same band. I do back in the day, like, and Rand said, like, all those other, what's his, Matt Freeman, bass player's name, like that.
Yeah.
That dude was crazy, man. Like, he got me started playing, and I never backed after that. Like, Maxwell Murder, like, come on, like, who does that? Like, that solo, like, that bass solo is the bass solo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, if I had one, I guess it would probably be that.
Cool. Priestess 22, thanks for joining. Amanda says, hi, Uncle Tim. That's cool. Shout out, Amanda.
Hey, Maple.
Maple, yeah, sorry. How about you, Jordan?
I actually was was just a band nerd. Like I played trombone school in high school.
Yeah.
And like anything band related, you needed it, I did it. Like jazz concert, marching, I loved it. Like I always loved music, and then took the leap on drums one day, and love it ever since.
Yeah. That's interesting. You start on trombone. I feel like there's a lot of trumpet. Well, I guess trumpet players more good at playing bass. I've seen that a lot for some reason. Interesting jump.
Yeah, trombone's more rhythm,
yeah,
I guess. Kind of.
That's true.
Yeah, with bass, like the low end.
And how did the band start?
Well,
That's
it's changed names, it's changed people,
Style.
Yeah, it changed style. We just now here we are talking to you, I guess.
Yeah.
And where did that come from? Just the different types of people coming together and their backgrounds they bring?
Yeah. Like styles would change on different influences, and whoever was into what or whoever wrote what. But yeah, it just evolved over time.
how'd y'all link up? Was it like a friend of a friend kind of thing, and then a friend of a friend?
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah, Sean found Tim.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah, I remember that. I showed up to you guys jam in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we needed a bass player to hit up. Just kind of came together.
Yeah, and then here we are.
Yeah, for real.
Very cool. And can you talk a little bit about so what do you think was the biggest change, like from what you used to play to now? Like, yeah.
Me personally, my attitude, I think, like, I think at first I wasn't so serious about it, maybe, and just over time, really, both like getting her and more wise about certain things and how you want to go about things, and yeah, we just want to play some music.
Yeah, we were playing with the old band, jam out. It was like, oh, this sounds really cool. We just jam. And it was like,
It was kind of stifled, so then
yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what motivated us to go the more instrumental route, because then we could kind of just be loose in that aspect.
It wasn't as heavy. I mean, like,
That's true. Yeah.
so like, you got songs, not so heavy songs, and like heavy songs. Like, turning the amps up a bit more.
Kind of 11. But
That's the
I
way
know for me personally too, I used to play in a lot of cover bands, which was, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was great. It felt like, when we play now, it's more like genuine, like, I guess, expression, and the fact that it's like, we play whatever the fuck we want.
Just playing.
We're just playing, like, for the sake of playing, because we like to make weird noises, or I like to make a weird noise with my bass, or like slap the shit out of my bass. It is what it is. And
Just
to me,
making noise in general.
yeah, it was more free, like, rewarding than that. But
Do you find that more rewarding, like one more rewarding than the other?
I would say, free beer and like food all the time when you're playing out in a bar and stuff, that's pretty sweet. But like, I don't know, as far as like gravity for my soul, then yeah.
Yeah, that's what counts. Angel, thanks for joining. Dana Lynn, thanks for joining. If you have questions for the guys, you can drop them in the comments and we'll read them off. So you kind of come out of another band and decide to go instrumental. Was there like a direction that you had picked out, or?
The direction kind of itself.
That's the way to do it.
We all just kind of looked at each other. All the Spider-Mans like pointed at each other. Instrumental? Yeah. Wanted to do it.
Writing lyrics is like I don't know. Sometimes they come out, and it's like sometimes lyrics way of the riffs.
Yeah.
We feel like a lot of songs too. The music kind of speaks for itself. Like, well, that's what we feel at least.
Yeah. Plus, even then in a live, we like to play around with it. Like, we don't have to play this twice.
Oh yeah, we'll make shit up on the spot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play one song in 4 minutes, or it's just however we feel. And
you have the structure there, but you can just like go off.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, if the crowd's vibing, they're digging it. Then just a little bit, you just play. People are digging it. We're having us. It's just it's just fun.
Sometimes sometimes you just get stuck in the
Hell yeah.
You know, you like look around. It's like, oh, when are we gonna change up? And they're like jamming, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going. I was like, all right.
That's what I always say. Find the groove and just sit in it. You know, you don't have to go anywhere else. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is that something you're thinking about when you're writing? Like trying to keep that groove in there and get people like jumping in on that?
I think it just happens. I can't tell you how many times we come up with a riff and they're like, we'll jam it for a while and then just like, we'll stop just because we need to like practice other songs. And we're like, yo, like, what was it?
Yeah, we just play what we like. Yeah. And it, like, if we think see how it goes with other people.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'm like writing some stuff. Yeah, or just like jamming it out a little bit. And like something will come up and either feel riff, two riffs, and it's like go from there. Sometimes I just like have a bunch of riffs here and put them together, like kind of arrange them. Come to see these guys. It's like, oh, this is what I got. And we'll jam it and then we'll change it up as it goes.
Yeah, some people just spontaneously will just change something.
Everybody has like something. Like, oh, we should throw this stop in here or something.
Angel says, loves wearing the circle single. I agree. And Barky123, thanks for joining. I apologize in advance if I butcher anyone's names. I'm terrible at that. I need glasses. So is this something like when jamming, you just always be recording, or like how do you capture those initial ideas?
Probably.
Well, it was like Square Circle. Like that started off as just like a sound check jam with like the other band.
Yeah, I think we just wrote this.
And then it was like
bullshitting around.
We figured out like these parts are cool, and it's like we're gonna do this, and it's just like it ended up just working out that way. That's something I would say we pretty much like this last couple of shows. Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So you have that, and there's just some songs where we're not really sure what to do with this part, how long to go, and it's like we'll just feel it out, you know. And you try to remember what it was.
That's something like that.
Really hard.
Always a hard part.
Like, yeah, really, like, you remember it. It's just like all happened.
Honestly, I feel like that's the key.
Yeah.
So, we're just having
Just
having fun. Yeah.
Play.
We hope it can come across because like we're just having fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We have like we're in the circles, you know. It's like, you know, it's not really like crazy. Then we got like a couple other songs like throw the buzz on you. Let's get like devil horns kind of stuff.
Yeah. Get a little slow.
Yeah, you had a whole bunch of different kind of influences I was hearing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, just a ton of influences. Yeah, I don't even know where, especially like all three of us combined. Like,
if I'll write something like it'd be like, because I've been listening to like the same three, you know. It's like it'll be all different. It'll be like listening to like Neil Young or like, and then like lately I've been listening to like Dead Meadow and Suplex's first album and stuff, and like like all like three different bands, you know. So it's like. And it's like, oh, I'm digging that. I'm digging that. If I could put all these together in one song, you know.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like I try to get in that headspace. So, like when you're writing a song as an instrumental band, are you Do you like, I don't know, you naturally just seem to kind of bounce back and forth between these things, but are you like thinking like, all right, I'll have this like melody to go over the top, or are you just kind of, I don't know. One of the things I noticed was like, you have one less instrument, but you're not overplaying at all, which is really cool. So like, yeah, I guess just what's the thought process there, and how is it different from a band with a singer?
Really, it all just comes back to feels. I feel as we write it, I shouldn't even say write it. We usually just play. We could play the same song 4 times in a row, but play it different. Or like, oh, let's take this part out, try something totally different.
Shorten up.
Take a long section, chop it in half. Yeah. We'll just mess around with it until we feel within ourselves we like it. Yeah. It's fun to play. We always like to do stuff that we enjoy to play. It sounds good. I feel like as long as we check those boxes, that's all that really matters. And that usually I feel like comes through people too. So they're enjoying it. They see you enjoying, so they're enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's contagious.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get a short or something like that. It's just, all right, you got to shorten this up. And like I kind of like try to think back to like a lot of bands that I like some instrumental ones like Surf and Throwing or like like Sleep and stuff. Like it will get a little repetitive, but a lot of fans you like. I don't know how like I would listen to like a second clip of where they play one riff and one act, and it's like, oh, that sounds like that's. So it's like, trying to find that balance of like in it, or it's like, all right, just play this part once because that turnaround is cool. Yeah.
Or like some song will be like, it's a 5-minute long, but like the breakdown at the end, I'll sit there just to hear the end, like just to feel the build and get the end. And I feel like that. I mean, that kind of sums it up too, where it's like in our songwriting process too. It's kind of like where like we don't know what the hell's going on. Like it's just what do you always say? Cosmic knot. Cosmic knot. Like it's just like we get into the zone, and then like we don't even have to like talk. We just like look at each other. We're like, yo, that was well, we're like we played it for mad long, but we literally like it didn't feel like it. And then when we're actually like, I guess quote unquote writing, it's like we're trying to arrange it in a certain way, so we're not just sitting there like jamming right. It's on stage or something. Yeah. But like that's when we think, oh, that was it. Like, yeah, we don't want to get repetitive, so like let's like chop it up and that sort of deal. So like but and that's the thing. It's like we all just like kind of like we really like
just like weird intuition.
Just like we're all like we have that weird not like like that connection as a band. Where it's just like we're all just like, yeah, that was good. Do that. We're gonna change it. We're like, ooh, that. We're like, change. We're like, we all just like, yes, like do that. So it's just fun. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that is.
It's like having.
Go ahead.
You have the bones of it. You got the struggle at that, and it's. All right, we go from here. You know. Yeah. You could get wild and just like you're about to you're like hitting that you're like on that edge of chaos. My buddy would always say it, the edge of destruction. Yeah. You're like when you're on that tip, you're just going. It's like it could go bad real quick. It just could be really sick.
Yeah, it takes off the next level.
Yeah.
It's different too. In the studio a little bit. Help us out with that.
Yeah.
Real
Bearhead Studios.
That was like amazing job. Like, and it was a little different because it was like, but like he had to, we had to kind of be because like we can't just like record a jam. So we're doing
one instrument
like track by track. Yeah, like that shit is awesome. So,
though I did talk to him, I was like, try.
We should definitely.
He's out in the sticks, like whole band set up out in the woods and trying to record.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Sean and Emily, thanks for joining. You got questions for the guys? Drop them in below.
I forget the
Thanks for hanging.
weird.
Yeah, Hogtooth Band, thanks for joining, guys. You got questions for Geode, you can drop them in the comments. We can get you on the show too, coming up. Tim, talk to me about delay, because you got some like psychedelic kind of flavorings in Squaring the Circle that I thought were really cool.
Yeah, that was that part of it. I find fun. It's just like I don't have a whole equipment really. Like I've always kind of been broke. I never really bought like high-end shit. Like it just kind of what got me by to play.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like honestly, though, like I guess like totally was like that day. Like I would play, and like I play really hard, which I mean like I can't help it. This is how I play. So like it would clip my head, like because it wasn't that strong, like lower wattage head. So like it would clip and create. People would think I would like run the worship pedals, and I'm like that's just my like I just play really hard. So like it would naturally like clip, and it sounded really good. But like looking up with Sean's got mad pedals. And just loves to turn knobs and shit.
Yeah.
And it kind of like is rubbing off on me a little bit. So like when we went to the studio to like record that, having that for like I don't know, in case I really didn't know, it's like dude, it's like the possibilities there is infinite. Like all the plugins, like all the different combinations, especially if you know someone what they're doing, like Nick does, like he's just like, and that was sweet too. Was he like pick the tone? He's like, yo, which one do you want to use? And he's like, for real. And I'm like, I have no idea. There's like fucking like 100 of these. I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna pick this one. He played it, and I was like, dude, that's the tone. Like he nailed it. It was sick. But like you experiment with those sorts of sounds, like in the end, like, and it changed too. I don't know if people pick it up, but like that was another fun thing to play with. Was like in the beginning when it's just kind of like bass chord, and the end since we squared a circle. Like it's like the tone comes back around, but it changes throughout the song, the vibe at that moment, which we also do kind of live. Like we'll constantly switch our pedals, change the tone to fit the dynamic of that moment in the song. And for me, especially as a bass player, because I don't know, like most people don't know bass, like they don't know that guy's there, just like chilling in the back, making weird faces, like next to the drummer. But like, it kind of like helps like define the bass as a role more, especially in a 3-piece too, where it's just like we gotta hold it all down. And it was just I just had a blast. And Nick was awesome because he was willing to experiment with all the tones. He could shape the way we want. I could hear different shit in my head and hear reality. So it was awesome. And I'm ranting here, so sorry.
Being able to just focus on finding that groove and getting it recorded for sure. I like how kind of start with like that bass motif and then ultimately kind of comes back. I don't know, it has that nice kind of climax and then comes back down at the end.
Yeah.
Do you have like bass players that you? Oh yeah, we already talked about that a little bit. I hear like what else do I hear in there? Almost like what's that?
We said like Tool and Pink Floyd had a bass for that.
That's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say. For sure.
I get it.
And then I also heard like a little bit of like almost like an Irish influence in one of the songs. I think one of your live songs. There's like a breakdown I thought was really cool. Is someone playing keys on there at all? Or is that like pedals?
For what?
Like I hear like I don't know, some kind of either keyboard or are they pedals or something?
Oh, dude, that's gotta be Sean. Then. Yeah, pedals.
Yeah, there's no keys on it. You just took his pedals and started turning knobs.
bring some knobs.
make some noise. I think most of that song is just like basically like delayed phaser. And then the end, I just use this like that. Like I don't even use the chorus for a chorus. There's like a dimension knob, and I just crank it up until like it sounds like a rocket ship, almost like a rocket ship.
Yeah,
It's taking off.
exactly. You fooled me a couple times with that. I thought it was keyboard using some kind of like synthesizer. Very cool.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Are you guys? Yeah.
It's just hilarious because like for the longest time, all I was like a tube screamer and a delay, and I never wanted to get a ton of pedals. And I was just like, oh, this sounds cool. I want to make some noise.
Was there something that like kicked that off? I could never afford pedals either, so I just like simple setup and go.
Yeah, I have a buddy, great guitar player. Shout out to Roman. But like he would always have all these crazy pedals that make like cool noises. Just like I just started getting them, and like I just go find them used, you know. Like, oh, I see what this does. All right, I don't like it. I'll trade it for something else until I like got liked it. And it was like I just intermittent. Like I kind of got really into like the Earthquaker devices stuff, which is like they're not the cheapest pedals, but like I was just finding them used and like trading stuff that I had to get some, and then I'm really impressed by what they got, you know, because like you can get like they have like the basics two of them, and then they always give like they have that little extra in there, just like oh yeah, let's make some weird fucking noises here or something, you know.
I was just talking about that earlier today. It's from Canton, Ohio, and that's right, like at where Earthquaker headquarters is. So we were talking about like trying to support local stuff, and like yeah, no problem there. Very cool.
Yeah, I use the Blues when we play live, courtesy of Geode.
I felt bad. I wanted to try for sale used, so I didn't want. I ended up trading mine back.
I think that's part of the thing. You just realize you have to put a certain amount of money in, and then it's just buying trade and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's good. I would say they are on the high end as far as like price, but I mean, you definitely get what you pay for it.
Yeah.
And like, they're like it, like you can't like nothing exists that like some of their show me stuff. Just be like, dude, like, check this out. I was like, what the fuck is that? You have a pedal. That shit, like that's making noise like that. Like it's crazy. It's wild. It's so cool. Highly recommend.
I could have a whole rig of their pedals.
Yo,
Just set to make noise.
You totally would.
Are you guys in certain tuning? Are you standard? Do you get into that at all?
Pretty flat.
Yeah, we play flat normally or drop.
Drop it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Cool,
C
yeah.
sharp.
Yeah.
They're writing a lot more stuff in the drop for the 3-piece. They give it that bigger.
Yeah, it's fucking low. The 15s. Like, dude, there's nothing like hitting that bump the most.
It's funny that part of it's like kind of the equipment you used to like.
Yeah.
We were jamming like these guys like solid rhythm section, dude, like real big and real. Like I was told my guitar sounded real thin, and I was like, that's how I just started experimenting with stuff. Like found some dude who's selling like a PV 215 cab for like $100. I was like, oh, let's do that. And they're like definitely on the lower with the guitar, and yeah, I think it like matches with these guys real good. It's like, you know, just don't want to sound real thin when everything else sounds real big. Right? Yeah.
Do you find like some pedals inspire songs? Like that's where some come from.
Oh, for sure. Especially the delay. I like using delay a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes I was using sometimes, but it's like I really like using the delay, and I just have mine set to like one setting. It just gives it that like wah 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 sound, but it'll sound different as it's like if I'm clean the amp, or like you put the buzz on, it'll have a different sound. As long as it sounds like planes drilling through space.
Yeah. Delayed's one of my favorites too. I don't really use it as much anymore. DMoyer033, thanks for joining. Questions for the guys? Drop them down in the comments. Who did your logo?
I did it. Yeah.
Very cool. I dig it. I wanted to talk about that.
You showed us like, hey, look what I did.
Yeah, no, I did this. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah. I'm a bit of like a design nerd, so that stuff is always something that I like talking about. Was there something you were looking for there? Or are you just going like scrolling through all the fonts and trying to find something as the starting point?
Yeah, I legit. That's all. That's what I was gonna say. I legit just found a font that we were all sitting together too when it happened. I was scrolling through, looking at it. I was like, "What?" They're like, "Hell yeah!" Was that? Yeah.
We got stickers though.
Yeah, we just stickers today.
Yeah, where'd you go?
It's just a website called Sticker App.
Yeah, we debate this all the time, what to do with that kind of stuff. Merch is the way to go, though, for sure. What else?
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh, the Save the Forest Festival. Can you guys talk a little bit about that? I thought that was pretty interesting, and maybe how that came about.
Yeah, it was actually a very weird chain of events.
Sometimes we got shit.
Yeah, we got someone that follows us tagged us on a post, an Instagram post about the festival, and like someone posting saying about like, oh, we want bands for this festival, yada yada, and got in contact with them. The guy's name is Kyle. I don't know if you're on here, but Kyle, you're the man.
Yeah.
He just genuinely had a mission that he wanted to achieve, and all he did was ask us to come play music. We were like, well, we're just trying to play. It doesn't matter, like, but it was for also a good cause. That was good for us to like. It feels good, and thankfully, it was also a success as far as what it was trying to accomplish. He put it together to stop the expansions of a land. There's apparently multiples actually for 2 layers, and he it's all out trash.
It's not even like local.
Yeah, it doesn't even come from Hellertown. And somebody with a tie on wanted to make another, and so he put this case together to fight against it, and they raised enough money, won the court case, and they stopped.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Until maybe they come back.
I mean,
More respects.
Either way, it was a giant success.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, I have family over there too. So you have some shows coming up as well, right? You said you had 2 coming up.
Yeah, we got one at the end of July, the end of August.
Hopefully more in between.
Yeah, hopefully more in between. We're making some phone calls.
Yeah. What's the secret there? We're trying to do the same.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a different answer from depending who you call or ask.
But the balls like asking. So you guys
someone wanted to mail. One person will tell us, "Oh, message us on Facebook," and someone else will be like, "Mail physical CD, and you can only mail. You can't." That's it.
What?
Yeah.
I was like 90?
Yeah.
I asked
Yeah,
I don't
really.
know. Heavy is like, well, I don't know if a crowd like that, but if you play Metallica covers, they'll probably like that.
Yeah. Not that we're against tours either. We do but
like their own shit too.
Yeah.
It's hard for that. It's not as easy as just like you're kind of, and not to talk trash on other bands, but I play there. But it's like if you're like a cookie cutter cover, like you're playing shit. You're like a live jukebox. But like
Mhm.
We don't do that. So it's kind of, people aren't super receptive.
It's about acquired taste.
Yeah, like people aren't just like, yeah, you can't throw a rock and then like there's a bar there and you can just play there. Like, I feel also kind of wrecked that a little bit. Because like back in the day, like everywhere.
Yeah,
like I was like surprised, you know, and like
even places I played at before that either altogether shut down or just like
they don't
do live music at all anymore.
Like that scene, that part of the scene, I guess, has changed. Because like they only want, I feel like they're kind of just seeing dollar signs, where it's more. So, which I mean, nothing. I mean, they got to make a living. Like I said, it's more geared more towards, hey, like how many people follow you or whatever. So it's like we don't have a follow.
It's like we were talking about earlier. Like those guys start like
just trying to get our foot in the door.
get a bunch of bands together.
We're making our own.
Like, you know, I mean, there's like a half amphitheater down the street from my house that you can rent. Just get some bands together and get some heads to roll through. You can just play some tunes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully we got We'll put that.
Katie Marker, thank you for joining.
Places and they're like, yeah, I don't know. You know, you just get like, you know, they know, but they just you're like, oh, we ain't playing there. So it's, I don't know, you have to do like the skateboard stuff. Man. It's like DIY. Do like, all right, they're not gonna let us go. So maybe we should start thinking about putting our own stuff.
Yeah. Show up in a parking somewhere.
Or Waffle House. Apparently we're doing that shit. I totally agree.
Yeah, why not? We were trying to play a hot dog store for a while. I don't know, maybe it'll come back around. But yeah, why not? Katie Mulder, thanks for the follow. Tom, thanks for joining. Want to get you on the stream eventually too. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're just looking to play, like out of the Lehigh Valley, or you just kind of sticking around here for now?
No, we'll play anywhere. Yeah. We don't care where, when, how much.
Travel, yeah.
Yeah, after you play a show, it's like, you probably know you. It's like,
it was
the next one? I'm ready to play now. It's like,
yeah, yeah, we similarly just trying to like figure out a little regional circuit here and like get out of the Lehigh Valley a little bit and then play maybe every, I don't know, 3 months or so. That's kind of the goal. Do you have like a frequency thing where you try not to play the same places too many times?
I'm not.
I would say, yeah, I would.
I wouldn't play the same once a week.
Yeah.
Like, but we're not against going somewhere multiple times.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, too, like, I don't know, if they ask us to play now, I'd be like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, plus if they ask, I say no.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There's lots of cool little, like you're right about the pandemic, kind of like a lot didn't survive, but I feel like it's kind of making a comeback now. People, I mean, I guess the price of everything is a lot out of control, but I do feel like people want to go back out and see live music again.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I feel like the spirit of like the people is there. Like that's coming back. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like I'm surprised when people are like, yo, you guys sound really cool. Like you guys sound awesome. Like we're just playing like because we just like it's fun. I mean, like we're just here to play music because we love playing music and have a good time. When people like when it like they express, I'm genuinely like surprised, and it's happening more and more like than I would have expected. So like that's what I mean. I feel like people want it, but it's in that aspect.
So where to play.
Yeah, like it's harder for us to find places to play or wants us to play there. But I mean, that's why I feel, well, personally, I mean, it's kind of like in that same angle down and having something recorded, like that was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, anyone could hear, like, I mean, granted it's one, but at least they got it out.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to get back at it.
Oh yeah.
Recording.
Itching.
Yeah.
Brian Reviver,
Yeah,
thanks for joining. We have to get you on too. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, my kid, he's in daycare, so
so you get everything he does, yeah. So you were talking about like social media before and being able to share stuff out to people. How much of that plays into, we always have this conversation of like how much time should we be spending writing songs, how much time should we be spending like making social media shit.
Yeah. I think what the music should come first is what's the there
without it.
nothing. What's the point of doing the social? You got nothing to offer. Yeah. So like, and at the end of the day, that's what we're in it for. It's for the music, not for the social. The social media is, I guess, just like
It's a tool.
yeah, it's definitely a tool.
Post stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Not like out there like, oh, we're like out here eating this meal today. It's just like we're about business.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is you can't ignore it.
Yeah,
And that's
Right.
where it's like you'd be foolish to not take advantage of the tool that it is, because it's crazy.
yeah. Double-edged sword. It's like
Yeah,
it's evil at the same time.
Oh hell yeah! That's like the internet.
But I have to say, like with all our social media presence, like you gotta thank Jordan. I'd rather just sit in the background and write.
Yeah, I don't even go on it, honestly.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty much like on Facebook to either just like promote our stuff or like look up gear on marketplaces.
Hey, there's some good shit on there.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any other place you keep an eye on for gear?
I like Reverb.
Oh yeah.
I've ordered some stuff.
Actually,
I used to do the Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist.
Yeah.
Seriously, they came through recently for me. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Even though they've been like I don't know what Guitar Store is supposed to have been going under for like the last like 8 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't quite understand how that works, but I don't care. Got some good shit.
oh, another local place up in Wilkes-Barre is called Music Go Round. All they deal with is used gear, and they got great price. They're always getting new stuff in. And like, if you're going to go sell something too, like if you want to take a trip up to Wilkes-Barre, they'll usually give you a little bit better of a deal than Guitar Center would.
Good to know. We're looking to play up there. Do you know the Curry's Donuts, George, up there? There's like a, he has a donut shop, but he also has bands play it like every so often. So yeah, that's a cool one up there. I think I might have went up to, I wonder if that's the same music store I went up to. I was looking for a guitar a while ago and I took a trip up there.
That was a good spot. I like that.
Yeah. You were saying too before about like, you know, the pen.
Never heard of it. We should start looking up there.
Yeah, head up there tomorrow. I'm trying to think what the other local. We have a local spot in Bethlehem that used to be in the mall for like ever, and then they closed. I think when the Westgate Mall kind of flipped over, and now they actually just found out. What's that?
That was Hawk's Music over in Westgate.
Hawk Music? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I took guitar lessons.
Yeah, that's where my first guitar lessons were. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Who's you?
No. Oh my God. I'm blanking on his name right now. Oh shit, I can't remember. He had a ponytail. It'll come to me. Lee.
Lee. All right.
like a jazz cat. He's cool.
Yeah. He was Gene. He was like, I felt so bad because like I was a young headed, I don't know. I was just wanting to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So he was always showing me scales and chords and stuff like that. And it wasn't until like in my like I stopped playing guitar for a minute, and then I started playing. I was like, I'm gonna learn this stuff. We're like learning scales, and it like all made sense. And I was like, oh, this dude taught me all this stuff when I was like 13.
That's awesome. I feel like you kind of have to learn it, and then in a way, kind of forget about it a little bit, and just go by feel.
Yeah.
But it's awesome to know it and have that to fall back on for sure.
Yeah.
MZim15, thank you for following. We appreciate that. You guys have brought it up before, but I think it's really important to the pandemic hit, and some people picked up guitar for like a hobby, and that's awesome. Well, part of it's awesome that there's more guitar players, but I think like the prices have gone straight through the roof because of it. And then, but the bands you see out there now, they do it because they love to do it, not because it's like a popular thing to do right now. And I feel like there's this, especially in the Valley, I can tell like there's this resurgence of people getting back into it, and everyone's super talented because that's the people who love it. They're the people who are left.
Yeah.
So on the social media thing, I know you said TikTok. Were you like talking with like consulting with somebody, or what was I know you said someone kind of pushed you in that direction. Were you actively looking for advice there?
My girlfriend said, I'm making you a TikTok, and I was like, all right, I guess. She just made it. Yeah, she handles that. I personally don't even own TikTok.
Yeah,
I never had. Yeah.
Same.
She already was, so she's like, I'll take care of it.
That's awesome.
Yes. If you're watching on.
Shout out for sure.
Yeah. Now China knows Geode.
Do you guys, Jordan, sounds like you handle a lot of the social media. Are you do you just try to tape as much as you can? Are you like looking for ideas, or are you like trying things out in that way?
I don't know. I just kind of play it by ear, I guess. Like we're always like we always try to film when we play out, just regardless, just like for ourselves to watch it.
Yeah.
Like if there's anything that we feel like we need to work on, because it sounds totally different from that perspective. Just being in it, like you can be playing, we're all like, hell yeah, this is great, and then it sounds like nonsense.
I don't know how many times I listened to stuff already and was like, all right, I kind of want to change something. Maybe change this up a little bit. Or you hear something else that you could throw in there.
I do think it works the other way too, though, when you think you have a really shitty show and then you listen back and it's like, oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, right, yeah.
We're our biggest critics anyway, too. Yeah.
Or we recently had the experience where we played not the best show, but the energy was there, and that's what people gravitate towards anyway. So it was sloppy as anything, but people dug it, and it was a nice reminder of like, it's not all about how technically proficient you are or how perfect your performance is. It's like connecting with people and that sort of thing too.
That's kind of our like key to victory. I feel like we back like about the writing thing. We write things that make us happy, but the same goes with playing out. Like we want to have fun doing it, whether we're playing in the basement or in front of 10 people, 1 person, 100 people, whatever.
Yeah, the bartender.
We want to have fun, and people will bounce off of that. Like it's about setting the environment.
So one of your go ahead.
Like we want to we also encourage like jamming with other people. Like
for sure.
Even when we're just practicing in the basement, we'll have friends over to just do whatever. ever mess around, play a song we know, play a song we don't know that was playing off the cuff.
Yeah.
Or and same live, like we're always open to have people just come up and jam with us, or if we have a friend coming through that we know. We would just want to create the experience. We're not in it for anything.
It's like it's just else, really, dude.
Yeah, we just want to have fun.
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah, fun, play some heavy tunes. You know?
Do you guys have? Are you going to go back in the studio to record? Do you have like songs picked out that you want to?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We've been kind of on the back burner with that, mainly because our boy Nick not only had a child, but Tim's also expecting, not himself.
Oh.
But,
Congrats.
Yeah, there's been some personal stuff, and just gotta wait for the right time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like a pocket full of like songs that are like we gotta just keep work on, you know.
Yeah.
It's like riffs. Oh, we're working on this. Oh, let's try this. And we end up playing something else. And it's like, oh, that sounds good. We'll work on that.
we use that a lot.
Yeah.
The material that you kick around.
Yeah. I mean, there's like pretty much a handful of pretty much completed songs. I mean, there's just like this.
Yeah, I mean, we got like a set of completed songs, but then there's equally as many probably song seeds and
like,
riffs or
jams.
I'd say about like 45 minutes to an hour of already things we know.
Yeah, stuff that's set down.
Yeah.
And then just every once in a while, be like, oh, check this out. And then we just keep putting things in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Pull it out every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes we'll play it in the show just when we're feeling
or like do something for a sound check.
Yeah,
we'll play this.
Like just feel it out.
Jam this trip out.
And it takes it out of our practice environment, see how it sounds elsewhere.
Yeah. People dig it.
Yeah.
Cool. Angel just says congratulations. Agree. Congratulations. What how about set length? Do you have like an ideal set length? We always have this discussion, and it's always interesting to hear what people say.
Well, not with these guys. I've played a 3-hour set before.
Yeah, I played 4 hours straight.
Yeah,
it's not
straight. Really, no breaks.
No, I
did. That shit was rough.
4-hour jam. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's not. I wouldn't say that's ideal.
No, definitely not.
If it had to be done, it had to be done. But I don't know. We'll just, however, if we got 20 minutes or 2 hours, we're just gonna jam it out no matter what.
Yeah.
Get the most bang for a buck, I guess.
Yeah.
So like overall, though, like an hour probably.
An hour.
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah, we could do an hour no
It's
problem.
like the amount of music that we have like hashed out, plus like time for noodling, plus crowd banter, plus random jam shit, and it's also kind of like people. I don't know, like the time frame that like people you're like there like long enough so people can hear you, but you're not like there too long, so like they're kind of spoiled. You know what I mean? Like
Keep the interest.
yeah, and then they're gonna want to. We'll sprinkle in like, hey, we got a song, it's online, check it out online. So then they'll be like, oh, like, don't go do it more than hear you play before. They're gonna forget who you are. It's a little mistake.
Yep. Very cool. All right. Well, that takes us to about an hour. So I just want to say thanks to you guys for coming on and chatting with me. You want to plug anything at the end here one more time? I know you got some shows coming up. Oh.
Yeah, we got 2 shows. One in July. There'll be more details about that later. But in August, either way, we post about it regardless. But in August, we're going back to Lansford. And that's always a good time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what's that one? What was it?
Oh, in August we have a show in Lansford. It's called Plant Fest.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's always a
very cool.
Yeah, we played there a couple of times. We always enjoy it.
Always be proud.
That's August 26th. Just Instagram, Facebook.
Check us out for updates.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok.
TikTok if you have it, if you're asleep in the
Our music on Spotify, trying to work at all streaming stuff. We're working
Apple
on
Music,
getting more out there, so just keep an eye out. I guess.
Also, I would like to add that we are interested too. Since we are instrumental, we have the idea of pretending, like we invite people to come play with us. So like if people like, I guess one in particular is we know how to play Fools on Parade by Radio Solution.
Yeah.
We're not gonna rap, but if someone wants to do it, wants to do it with us, like we're down people in collaborating with other people. Like and just because we are an instrumental band doesn't mean that we're not hopeless. You know what I mean? Like if people want to come in and jam with us for that, so reach out to us.
That stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, and book shows together because I think we could put a cool bill together. But yeah, we recently did that with a cover where we're like, hey, we're playing this at the end of the set. Anyone who wants to come up, and it worked out really well. It was a lot of fun. It's kind of a nice way to send out the song.
That's a good.
Yeah,
very cool. All right. There it is, the guys from Geode. I want to say thanks again, guys. And yeah, maybe we can set something up with like wipes, or there's a couple skate pants, and put something together. All right, have a good night. Thank you so much for jumping on with us. See you guys.
Take it easy.